All right, prepare yourself, guys. This is Chris. We're talking through the medias, and I'm about to give my binge review of I'm Not Okay with This. So I'm not okay with this, the review. Just binged it. It took no time at all, really, to knock this out. It was like 7 episodes, 30 minutes each. And so I was like, you know what? Let me check this out. Though before I saw it, I saw a couple of trailers for it on Netflix. Netflix still doesn't do a great job on advertising. Except from if you're constantly on there, which 9 times out of 10 I constantly am. So I came across it, and just as a coming of age or a witty teen a comedy, which is my jam, I love stuff like that, by itself was awesome. Now you incorporate that superpower element, like what's going on here? This is the binge review. So right now we're talking as if you've already seen it. So right off the bat, I like the fact that I learned that this was based on a graphic novel. And at the end of the graphic novel, if you don't know, I think it was a one and done from what I could tell, the research that I did on it, that the main character dies. So if you finished and watched it like I did, you know that that's not what happened. So Netflix, obviously, they want to make sure that this is something that if it's successful, it can continue on. Maybe the way they did it in the graphic novel might be eventually where she goes out in the story, but I doubt it. I'm sure if they're going to break away from that original ending, then it's probably going to be like that throughout. Let me see if I can find it. Like a Prison Break or Chronicle. It reminds me a lot about Chronicle, where it was a very realistic take on what if a regular person in a regular small town just happens to get superpowers. I thought that was great. See, by itself, just with the witty teenage comedy thing alone, it was great right there. Then you add this other extra element. It's like, whoa, if it leaned into that even more, this would have been a good show. It took two very genres and did them both very well and blended it very well and made it very exceptional. It's probably why it's highly rated, and I recommend it. So let's break down. Here's another thing I like about it. Why are all the main actresses in this thing, they're all named Sophia? Everybody's Sophia. There's Sophia Lillis, there's Sophia Bryant, everybody's Sophia, everybody. So that was a funny thing. And you have 2 of the characters from It reuniting and kind of having this little love interest. Is our main character struggling with being gay or straight? I think yes. I think the answer to it is yes. She's obviously, it's one of those situations where I don't think she necessarily is gay. She might be bi, but I don't really think she knows. I just think she's very attracted to her best friend. And her best friend rejecting her at the beginning was kind of one way to go. They could have went a whole different way with that. And then it was like, towards the end, it was like, you know what? Now that I'm processing it, I think I might be open to it. But then when the jealous ex-boyfriend, and I thought that the whole thing with the jealous ex-boyfriend coming back, like that made it a little too campy, like an old like Karate Kid kind of a feel, Carrie wannabe-ish kind of a thing, where he was gonna come back and blow the spot up by reading her diary out to everybody and then getting his head blown off. I thought that was just, too obvious and whatnot, and what a way to go. But what a way to go with his head exploding in front of everybody like that. That was just, didn't see that coming. And if you ever had a chance with your best friend at first, you don't have a chance now after exploding his head like that. Sophia Bryant, you don't have a chance with Sophia Bryant's character after that. At all, no way. So you had your moment. It kind of reminds me of what's going on with Supergirl. Supergirl didn't tell Lina Luthor, Layla, whatever her name is, fast enough. So now she became a villain. That's exactly what's going to happen. You had your moment to tell her. You probably should have told her before you told Wyatt Olaf's character. But I understand why. He seems to be a better fit to help you understand your powers in this situation. But because you didn't tell her, she's going to become an enemy. So that's going to be interesting for season 2. That's obviously what's going to happen in season 2. That shadow figure that's been following around, people are thinking, is that her dad? Shadow figure person is probably an unknown, probably not related to her at all, but where the powers came from and whatnot. I don't think it's the dad. I think they're going to go a different route than that. The military thing of it, I think that's going to be something that's going to come back to it. That the daughter's going to have to investigate. There's going to be some kind of element from her father's past that's going to come back. I don't know why. I feel like the military thing is going to come up as an issue again because she's wearing his dog tags and things like that. So I feel like that's going to be a thing, and it's probably going to be a thing in season 2. The other than that, like I said, on its own, if you want to just watch another witty, awesome, teen movie, like almost kind of like the way Sex Education kind of is, but with superpowers. The head explosion thing, epic, but you're expecting maybe she's going to commit suicide because of it, or the cops were going to have a thing, or everybody was going to see that it was her. Here's my last theory for season 2. I don't think she exploded his head. I don't think she did it. I think it was possible that she could have done it, but I think either the shadowy figure did it to protect the secret, or someone else that the shadowy figure is going to be helping her to, learn her powers or whatever. Something else is out there. I think someone else did that. I don't think she did it. I think she was getting close to doing it, and then because he was about to blurt out her secret to everybody. Another major thing, everybody just took off running. That's a crime scene now, the diary. If everybody ran and took off, that means the diary was still there next to the body. So if somebody reads that diary and it's like, he was about to read these pages here that say, her saying, I think I have these superpowers. I think I can move things with my mind. And then his head just miraculously explodes. Now, nobody's going to believe that in the very beginning. This show is very grounded in reality. Nobody's going to believe that in the very beginning. But the police, because you got a spontaneous head explosion, have got to look at all angles. So if that diary is still there and the police get it, they're going to read that and be like, what's going on here? Everybody in the room said his head just exploded. And it seems like he was about to read about a person who thinks she's a telepath who can move things with her mind. And she was right there in the room looking at him, looking pissed. So if anything, they're going to look into it. But maybe the shadowy figure person took the book. I'm thinking Wyatt's character. I think he took it. He might have taken it. That might be where the book is. If I was him, that's the first thing I would have done to protect her. Is grab that diary. Him knowing what was going to come from it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me some speculations of a possible season 2. Your thoughts on the shadowy figure with the relationship with the mom. Do you think you think that's her father? I don't. Do you think she blew up the guy's head? I don't. Do you think that this show could go on for a while, or do you think it could wrap up real quick? Season 2, a possible season 3. That's where I'm at, and that's all I think is needed for a show like this. But I want to know what your thoughts are, where you guys are at, what you think about it after you watched it with me. Comment below, share everything, like, subscribe, become a subscriber, and let's just keep talking about everything that we want to talk about as far as this show and any other show you want me to binge watch and review. I'm here for you, and I think next is going to be the Alt Carbon season 2. Then we'll go into that. All right, guys. Without anything else to talk about, let's just keep the conversation going on the comment section. Peace out, guys. Thanks.